This is a 1955 Ford truck. It's been frame off restored basically, and really, really cool hot rod style truck. Let's take it for a quick drive and then I'll show you around the truck. It's got a 350 V8. Automatic transmission, 350 turbo trans, shifts out perfect. Power steering, power disc brakes, independent front suspension. Now I've had a couple of guys call me out on saying power disc brakes because the rear are still drum. Typically in a classic auto, when you say power disc brakes, it insinuates the front brakes. All of the vehicles coming out in the 60s with power disc brakes as an option, that was only the front brakes. So yes, the truck's only got power disc brakes in the front. That's pretty common. Pretty rare actually to have disc brakes in the rear. There's really no need for it unless you're racing. This truck just drives awesome. I don't know if you saw how easily I was just pulled right into the cul-de-sac. I mean, the truck drives like a new vehicle. My wife actually picked it up from, I had my buddy mechanic install the new shifter, classic style looking shifter in it. Kind of had an older Mustang shifter I didn't like. But man, killer exhaust. It's a really, really sound running engine. Every once in a while, the guys tease me in the shop because I get a vehicle in I say I don't want to get rid of, and this is one of them, but can't keep them all. I'll shut the truck off here and show you around the truck a little bit. So this truck's got everything going for it. First of all, it's a California truck. You know, they called it black tag truck. Original California truck. I've got actually a California title on it, but when they registered in California, for whatever reason, they read the second digit as an L, and it's really a 1. So we re-registered it with the correct VIN in the state of Georgia. But it is a California vehicle. And I don't know that it ever had any real rust on it. It's got this rusty looking patina on the truck, but that is not real rust. So I just want to show you real quick. I mean, everything you would expect from a California vehicle. Firewall is immaculate under the, you know, under the hood's immaculate. Love this engine detail, just gorgeous. Brand new valve cover, aluminum matching valve fin, valve covers, and air cleaner. Like I said, power steering, power disc brakes, independent suspension. Everything's been blasted. The truck was taken off the frame. Frame boxed and welded perfectly. Subframe, I mean, boxed and welded perfectly in the front. The stance is perfect. This was somebody spent some money doing this truck right. Blasted the frame. I'll show you the underneath in a minute. This is one of the cleanest trucks that I've had as far as rust. I'm gonna say this is a 100% rust-free truck. Underneath, they blasted the frame, POR 15'd it, painted it. It looks amazing. Chrome bumpers are nice and shiny, not perfect, but nice and shiny. Obviously, you can tell. So what it's got is they took this truck. It was burgundy from bumper to bumper, and they sanded it down to bare metal. Did a bit of a patina to it. Painted this brown. And actually, when you get right up on it, it's tough to tell if it's paint or if they may have put some vinegar on it and actually let that be a surface rust and then come back with a flat clear on top. I want to say something. If you like everything else about this truck but not the paint job, this would be a very easy truck to pull the emblems off of, blast down to bare metal. I mean, the body is arrow straight, and paint it the color you want. Paint it black, paint it red, paint it blue, whatever. Go back to this burgundy, paint it solid, you know, do a color match on it. So if this isn't the look for you, I'm telling you, you have every other reason to buy this truck besides the look. Now, that being said, I think the look's killer. Everywhere I've taken it, people said, don't touch that. You know, it looks awesome. I know this is a look that's really in. So got new tires on matching wheels. And another thing that I appreciate, it does have the Chevrolet engine and running gear in it, but it is, you know, there's nothing that says Chevy on it. Sometimes people put Chevrolet valve covers on there, they put Chevrolet wheels on there. So this is nice that it was neutralized. So really nice looking oak wood bed, done in the reclaimed barn kind of style finish. It looks fantastic. And like I said, there's no rust to point out. Usually what I'll do is I'll walk around and point to imperfections and stuff. Obviously it's got the look right now of being kind of that rusty patina, but there's no dings, dents, scratches on this truck at all, really. Maybe there's one little spot up here when they were pulling in the garage. They caught that edge right there. But this would be a perfect candidate to finish off to take through a really high dollar truck if you wanted to. The undercarriage of this truck and even in the interior is synonymous with those high dollar trucks you're seeing to go through the auctions. I mean, it's gorgeous underneath. And take a look at the inside real quick. Door panels have been redone. Seat cover. Now it doesn't have seat belts and the seat is not bolted in, so the next guy who owns it's going to want to probably bolt the seat in, maybe throw some seat belts in it. But really, really nicely done. Brand new seat cover, carpet, you know, for that. Good looking headliner, maybe a little bit older style. Maybe you want to update the headliner if you really wanted to go nuts. But nice dash. One thing I love, this is the first one I've gotten in a long time with an original dial radio like that. And it's actually got a CD player hidden in the glove box. So when the key is on, just hit that source button. So that's great. These gauges in the dash are not working. So you'd want to do lmctrucking.com, get those working if you really wanted to, but it does have these aftermarket gauges. Nice thing is they bolted them up underneath. It'd be really easy to take out. So carpet kit looks awesome in here. There's no rust underneath. I'm going to show you real quick. Love this shifter that we just put in. It looked just nice, easy, classic style looking shifter. So does have one rock chip right here, but I think you know, if you're going to leave the truck looking like it is right now, there's no reason to fix that. It's not in the way of your eyesight, and the rest of the windshield looks awesome. All the weather stripping looks really great. Windows roll up and down easily. Really, really sharp, clean, unmolested dash, and really clean interior. Also, electric wipers were installed. So, I mean, really everything's been done. I kind of a little bit bummed about this. They took the original starter button and made it the horn button. I would switch that maybe. I like the original starter button to start the truck. Oh, I did that to show you that the wipers work too. So, all the lights, of course, work. It doesn't actually have turn signals, not really required for this year model, but the lights do work, brights work, stop work. And then if you want to install the turn signal switch, they're very inexpensive, and you can do the original 50s model style aftermarket. You know, they didn't come from the factory with turn signals back then. They were installed by dealers. So this is kind of the coup de grace of this truck. The underneath is just gorgeous. Brand new exhaust. You can see engine perfectly detailed, very low miles on a rebuilt engine and transmission. And just zero rust underneath. Beautifully done exhaust. And this is a truck that somebody painstakingly did everything right. All steel. They did put a little piece of wood here in the bottom of the battery box, but there's your floor pans. Those are real Flowmaster exhaust. Well, I don't want to run too long on this one. Let's see real quick. I'll do the inner fender wells. You can kind of see just how clean it is. So I think whoever gets this truck's just really gonna love it. I mean, this is one that I'd love to keep because like I said, when we had that shifter done, my wife actually went to the shop and picked it up for me. I was out of town that day. And she drove this truck home and said, oh my gosh, this thing drives perfect. She fell in love with it instantly. So so safe, so mechanically reliable. I'll let my wife drive it, I'll let my daughter drive it. So the truck absolutely needs nothing but a new owner. And if you wanted to, be a great candidate to take up to the next level. But honestly, it's a show winner just like it sits. You take this truck and pop the hood at any show you go to, you're gonna come home with some kind of a trophy of its uniqueness or whatever. So very, very cool. Not too low. It has been lowered from its original stance, but it's not a low rider. I think it sits perfectly. It rides down the road great. And somebody's just gonna be getting a really great truck.